What chance do you feel your side have of turning this tie around tomorrow night?
What chance? Well, maybe not the biggest chance, given the first game's result and given the competition and the opponent and the stadium we play in. But we never manage our input and our effort and our belief by the chances we have for a result. We never did, and we will not start tomorrow by giving less because it's very unlikely that we make it. It is unlikely, but it's worth trying, and we will try. And trying means that we will play to our fullest, and we will play to the full limit, because this is what we do, and we never manage our input and investment by the chances of having a result. So this is what it is. It's a big night, and it's a big match, and we will try to be in a better shape and in a better condition, like in the first match.
Matt Barlow.
Good morning, Thomas.
Hi.
Hi. You started to answer this, I think, in the last question, but I wanted to say, if this is the end, if this is where your title defence ends, how do you want it to end? How do you want it? How do champions end that defence?
Yeah, by not accepting it in before it ends. I mean, by not accepting and by leaving everything on the pitch that we have, and by showing that we can work harder, that we can play better, that we know that we can take more risks, and that we show our true face and live up to our full potential. That's what we should do first, and then we accept what comes out of it.
Scott Trotter.
Hi, good morning, Thomas.
Hi.
Hi there. Basically, just wondered if you could give us an injury update on Lukaku and obviously Azpilicueta's COVID situation. And with the tight turnaround once again, just how much extra can you prepare for Real Madrid this time compared to last week from what you learned in that game?
Yeah, we need absolutely to learn from last week's game. This is the beauty of the competition and on this stage, that you have 2 matches in very short notice. So you can learn from games, and you can use pictures and moments and situations from the first leg to learn for the second leg. This is what we try to do, and this is what we will use in the preparation for this match. The injury situation is that Callum Hudson-Odoi is still out. Ben Chilwell, of course, still out. Romelu will not travel with us due to his pain in the Achilles. Aspi is in the group. He's tested several times negative. And Ross Barkley is sick and will not travel. That's the situation. Everybody else is in the squad.
Tony Banks.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
How much? You beat Real last year, but this game will be at the Bernabeu, not at the separate stadium. How much different will it be this year playing in the Bernabeu in front of a full crowd?
Cannot be more different. Of course, it was at the training ground in the youth stadium, and cannot be more different. It is one of the biggest challenges to perform as a away team in Bernabeu. It is even more difficult if you have to earn a certain result, if you need to win with a minimum of 2 goals, or better even, or maybe even a 3 goal difference. That makes it almost impossible and very, very difficult. But it's worth trying, and it's still a stage where you can also overperform. We need to overperform. It's like I said, not easier and the opposite, but it's at the same time a big experience to learn from, and maybe experience to take and overperform.
Jacob Steinberg.
Hi Thomas. Real have obviously great players, but a lot of those players are in their 30s, and there have been times this season when teams have been able to exploit that. Were you surprised that you couldn't make the physicality more of the issue last week, and is
Yeah.
that maybe the key to tomorrow night, to making that part of your game stand out more?
Yeah, first of all, it was like this. We wanted it more physical. We did not work hard enough. We did not work intense enough in the first match. Second of all, we face a huge disadvantage in terms of physicality because Real Madrid has a whole year with 5 changes, and we play the most demanding league, and we played the most matches throughout the season and throughout 22. So it's not always easy to play a physical game. We are a team that needs the physicality, the sharpness, and the commitment and the investment to be a special team. We could not implement that. We could not implement that enough in the last match. This was also due to their quality and their capacity to slow the game down, to control the match by ball possession. This is what it is. We had, for example, last season the second leg in an empty Stamford Bridge, of course, but we were very, very intense. We looked at the data again. It was a very intense match. But we lost ball possession also clearly. So ball possession alone for the opponent is not the statistic that logically says that you don't have an intense game. We struggled last week to implement that. We struggled with our counter pressing and finding work and finding intensity in runs. Can we do it now? Let's see. The game is totally different, but we will need to find a way to play a more physical game, and of course, this is a part of the solution.
Okay, last question today for Thomas. Matt Dunn.
We don't hear you.
Unmute yourself, Matt.
Sorry, Thomas. I don't know if Germany has an equivalent of Roy of the Rovers, but does the
Of what?
dreamer in you allow you to think this could be... Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you just explain the context of Roy of the Rovers, please? It's a childhood book.
Tomorrow night,
story
with everything that's gone on,
About
a boy.
could tomorrow night be... Can the dreamer of you think that this could be the stuff of schoolboy heroes and a fantastic script to be written?
well, nothing. We need nothing else than a fantastic script if we want to be able to overcome this. It's the task is incredibly high, and the challenge is incredibly high, given the circumstances of first leg and where we play and against whom we play, and at what stage we play this kind of match. Yeah, it's always allowed to dream. It's sometimes important to imagine things and to dream about it, but it will not shift the focus from the fact that we need to deliver and we need to be ready tomorrow. We will support our team and we will try hard. It's worth trying. It's sports, and it's a game, and it's the beauty of the game that everything is possible always. So we will arrive and try everything, because it's worth trying, and from there we see, and hopefully we have a match where belief grows, and within the match by our actions, and hopefully we can fulfill our dream, live up to our dream, but realistically we have to invest a lot and be on our very top level.
Thomas Tuchel suggests it's highly unlikely that you can progress to the next stage. How do you feel about Chelsea's chances tomorrow night?
Of course, we have our chances, and we are motivated to show our best tomorrow. We didn't have our best game, and the result is not good in the last game, but there is hope, and we are motivated to show our best. So it will be a quality game, and we are looking forward to it.
Scott Trotter, Football.London.
Hi, Mateo.
Hello.
A lot of people obviously expected you to perhaps start last week. Is it frustrating seeing a game pan out like that with you unable to do anything until you're on the pitch?
It's always difficult when you not play. Doesn't matter the opponent, but the manager always decides who is going to play and who not. So I was prepared to come in and to be ready when it's my call, because we are a team, and you cannot play 20 players at once. So that's it, and the most important is that we are now together, everybody of us, to show our best tomorrow.
Okay, Tony Banks.
Hi, Mateo.
Hello.
I read that Luka Modric is one of your heroes as a footballer. You look up to Luka. He's 37, I think, in December. He's still a magical player, as we've seen for Real, very influential. First of all, why do you admire him? And secondly, how can you stop him?
The last question is quite difficult to answer. It's difficult to stop him because he's an amazing player, and he's Croatian, and I admired him when I was a child. He played for my favorite club, which was Dinamo Zagreb, and now when we have become good friends, I admire him even more. So great person, great player, and I'm looking forward to play against him tomorrow again.
Okay, we'll go to Matt Barlow.
Hello, Mateo. Also on Modric, can you tell me why he's remained so good for so long, and do you think he is better than ever?
He was always as good as he is now. For me, as far as I know him, the last 5, 6, 7 years, he's on the same level, which is amazing. And why is that good? Is because he loves football so much. He lives it every day. He's a professional, and if he keeps going like this, I see him still playing 3, 4 more years on such a high level.
Okay, just a reminder for everyone to raise their hand if they'd like to ask a question. We'll go to Jacob Steinberg next.
Hi Mateo, the manager suggested before the Southampton game that there'd been a little bit of a drop-off after the international break, and that maybe the effort levels weren't quite at 100%. Why do you think that is? And as a team, did you need to hear some harsh words from the manager to get you back on track before Southampton?
It's never easy to come back after a national break, but it's not an excuse that we underperformed in the last 2 games, and of course it was necessary to have a talk and to see where we can do better and where we did good. So it was a good meeting, which is always important, and it gave us a good lift, and we were ready for the game against Southampton, and we need to do the same tomorrow evening.
Okay, we'll go to Darren Lewis.
Hi Mateo, are you able to hear me okay first of all?
Sorry Darren, we can't hear you that clearly.
Hold on, can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, it's a bit better.
Yeah, there's a lot of background noise.
Sorry about the noise here, I'm just in the airport at the moment. I just wanted to ask, are there any comebacks in the Champions League that you can remember that gives you inspiration ahead of this match?
Yeah, there are many comebacks. I was included in one when I think it was this season 2015-16 when we were 2-0 down we lost the game 2-0 in Wolfsburg, and we came to the Bernabeu, and the team won 3-0. So there are many comebacks. I also saw the other day that I think Chelsea against Napoli, they lost 3-1 at Napoli, and then at Stamford Bridge they came back. So football is always surprising, and of course but we need to be ready more than 100% to be able to do a comeback.
Okay, and then final question for today, we'll go to Vegard from TV2 Norway.
Hello Mateo.
Hello.
You're saying that you look up to Modric. How is it to play against a player you look up to?
It was nice and difficult because we were losing, and it's never nice when you are losing a game and you have a hard time. But it was nice to see him and to play against him. I obviously always prefer to have him on my team, but yeah, in this moment we are against each other, and we are ready to show our best tomorrow and to try to go through.